beloved Homestead Rescue members who tragically passed away.
Do you still remember Homestead Rescue? One of the most inspiring shows that changed how we view off-grid living and self-sufficiency. For years, Marty, Misty, and Matt Raney have traveled across America's most remote locations, helping struggling families turn their homesteading nightmares into sustainable dreams. But what happens when even the Raneys can't fix everything? What about the families whose stories ended differently than we hoped? Join us as we reveal the heartbreaking realities behind Homestead Rescue that most viewers never get to see. Before we talk about the families they've helped, let's address the elephant in the room. The Raney family themselves have faced unimaginable tragedy right under our noses. The Raneys faced a daunting setback when their cabin succumbed to flames in Season 2, Episode 5 of Homestead Rescue. Picture this. You're Marty Raney. You've spent decades building your family's homestead with your bare hands, teaching your children the ways of the wilderness, and then in one devastating night, everything you've worked for goes up in smoke. Marty's cabin caught fire, and they lost everything they had owned. Luckily, no one was injured in that incident. Losing a home off-grid means far more than losing possessions. It's losing safety, shelter, and often hope itself. When the Raneys faced this kind of disaster, their quick rebuild showed remarkable resilience. Yet the emotional toll of starting over after losing everything is a burden no new structure can fully erase. The fire wasn't just a setback, it was a brutal reminder that even the most experienced homesteaders aren't immune to disaster. If it could happen to the Raneys, with all their knowledge and preparation, what does that mean for the struggling families they're trying to help? Homestead Rescue isn't just about building chicken coops and fixing water systems. The show regularly features dangerous situations that could easily turn deadly. When a risky project results in an injury, the Raneys may lose it all. And this isn't just dramatic television. It's the reality of working with heavy machinery in remote locations. Marty attempts a treacherous trip across a frozen river, and every time we see scenes like this, we're reminded that one wrong step could end everything. The frozen wilderness of Alaska doesn't offer second chances, and medical help can be hours or even days away when something goes wrong. Think about the pressure the Raney family faces every single day. They're not just trying to help families succeed, they're literally risking their lives to do it. Homestead Rescue highlights the wins, but behind every success are near misses and close calls that could have ended in disaster. With over 4 decades of homesteading, Marty Raney's expertise has saved his family countless times. Yet even he knows that no amount of experience makes you invincible against the unforgiving wilderness. Here's the part that the show doesn't always talk about. Not every homestead can be rescued. For every success story you see on television, there are families whose dreams ended in heartbreak, financial ruin, or worse. The Raneys do incredible work, but they can't change the fundamental challenges that make homesteading so dangerous. Some families discover that their chosen location is simply uninhabitable. Others realize that their financial resources won't stretch far enough to make their homestead sustainable. And sometimes the harsh reality is that people aren't physically or mentally prepared for the demands of off-grid living. While Homestead Rescue highlights successful turnarounds, some families end up abandoning their homesteads once the cameras are gone. Without the skills, time, or resources to maintain the Raneys' fixes, even small setbacks can spiral. Off-grid life demands constant strength and resilience, and when health crises or equipment failures hit in remote, brutal conditions, survival can quickly hang by a thread. The Raneys can teach you to build a shelter, dig a well, and raise livestock, but they can't be there when your generator fails during a blizzard, when your water system freezes and bursts, or when a family member has a medical emergency 50 miles from the nearest road. What viewers don't always see is the emotional devastation that comes with failed homesteading attempts. Families often invest their life savings, their relationships, and their children's futures into these remote properties. When things go wrong, the consequences extend far beyond just moving back to the city. Divorce rates among homesteading families are heartbreakingly high. The stress of constant survival, financial pressure, and social isolation takes a tremendous toll on relationships. Children who grow up in failed homesteading attempts often struggle with feelings of instability and loss. The Raneys have seen families at their breaking point, marriages strained, children longing for normalcy, and parents heartbroken over their inability to provide safety and comfort. While the Raneys can repair shelters and systems, they can't mend broken hearts. or erase the emotional scars left when homesteading dreams collapse. Some families recover from failed homesteading attempts and go on to live happy lives elsewhere. Others never fully recover from the financial and emotional devastation. The show celebrates the successes, but the failures often happen quietly, off camera, with families too embarrassed or heartbroken to share their stories. Homesteading isn't just challenging, it's genuinely dangerous. Wild animal attacks, equipment accidents, medical emergencies, extreme weather, fire hazards, and structural failures are constant threats that can turn deadly in an instant. The Raneys have seen it all, and they understand better than anyone just how quickly things can go wrong. For many families, if the Raney rescue doesn't work out, there's no plan B. Homestead Rescue often finds families on the edge of disaster with failing water, weak shelters, unreliable food, and dwindling money, problems that can quickly turn life-threatening. In harsh places like Alaska or Montana, winter itself can be deadly, as broken heating, empty pantries, or collapsed shelters under heavy snow can turn survival into tragedy within hours. The Raneys work incredibly hard to prevent these disasters, but they can't be everywhere at once. They can't monitor every family they've helped to make sure their solutions continue working, and they can't protect families from the countless unpredictable dangers that come with remote living. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of Homestead Rescue is knowing that for every family the Raneys reach in time, there might be others who weren't so fortunate. Several individuals associated with the show, both participants and crew, have sadly passed away. However, it's crucial to understand that the show itself doesn't directly cause these deaths. Rather, it highlights the already existing struggles faced by many homesteading families. The wilderness doesn't wait for television schedules or rescue teams. Medical emergencies happen at 2 a.m. during snowstorms. Equipment failures occur when you're miles from help. Natural disasters strike without warning, and sometimes even the most prepared families find themselves in situations where no amount of knowledge or experience can save them. The Raneys have encountered families just days from disaster, living in unsafe conditions, or reeling from accidents and natural catastrophes that could have been fatal. Carrying the weight of knowing their skills often mean the difference between survival and tragedy. They approach every rescue with urgency and unwavering dedication. This season promises to bring not only a tale of survival, but also new challenges as the Raneys push their limits to save families on the brink. And that phrase, "on the brink," isn't just dramatic television language. It's often literal truth. One of the most unsettling aspects of following Homestead Rescue over the years is wondering what happened to families who simply disappeared from public view after their episodes aired. Not every family maintains social media presence or stays in touch with the show's producers. Some families fade into the background, and fans are left wondering if they're still successfully homesteading or if their situations deteriorated after the cameras left. The show creates a false sense of permanency. We see the Raneys complete their projects, the families express gratitude and optimism, and then the credits roll. But real homesteading doesn't end when filming stops. The systems need maintenance, the skills need constant practice, and the challenges keep coming year after year. Some families flourish long after Homestead Rescue, but others find the Raneys' fixes too costly or difficult to maintain as equipment fails, weather hits, or life changes. Many of these struggles stay hidden, as families remain too proud or too embarrassed to admit defeat, making their silent failures some of the show's most heartbreaking, untold stories. Social media occasionally provides glimpses into post-rescue life, but many families maintain privacy about their ongoing struggles. When financial difficulties, health problems, or family issues force families to abandon their homesteads, they rarely announce it publicly. They simply disappear from the homesteading community, leaving fans to wonder what went wrong. Despite all these challenges and heartbreaking realities, Homestead Rescue continues because the Raney family believes in the power of self-sufficiency and the importance of helping families achieve their dreams. Marty, Matt, and Misty Raney use their building, farming, and hunting expertise to help people who strive to live off the grid, knowing full well the risks involved. The show's legacy isn't just about successful rescues, it's about honest portrayal of what remote living really entails. By showing both the triumphs and the struggles, Homestead Rescue educates viewers about the real costs and benefits of off-grid living. The Raneys don't sugarcoat the difficulties, and they work hard to prepare families for the challenges they'll face after filming ends. Families on Homestead Rescue risk everything. money, relationships, and even safety for a shot at self-sufficiency. Some thrive, others struggle, and a few face heartbreaking tragedies. The Raney family carries these stories, guiding with experience and support, while knowing homesteading is never without risk. The series remains dedicated to delivering compelling content while prioritizing the welfare of its participants, balancing the entertainment value of reality television with genuine concern for the families they're trying to help. They've stumbled, they've struggled, but every setback on Homestead Rescue turned into a lesson for us all. Now it's your turn. Comment below with one piece of wisdom you've learned from their journey. Let's fill the comments with inspiration and remind the world that resilience is the true legacy. And if their story lit a fire in you, hit subscribe, because the homestead spirit lives on in each of us.